how's it going, everyone? Today we're with Brent at the Arella Jones. It is a senior living home, and he's going to give us a tour around the place.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us today. Arella Jones is a 55-plus independent living community that was designed for the young at heart to maybe change their lifestyle and come out and enjoy a new apartment living, as well as the amenities that we built out here in the apartment complex keeps them young at heart. So we're going to go through some of those amenities and see what they can look forward to fill their days with.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, this isn't an old folks home. You know, you're not going to see necessarily people that are at the end of life in this type of facility. Mm-hmm. It's going to be, you know, young at heart, maybe changing the lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, some companies like Brookdale, they may have, you know, you start at a certain facility like this, but then you move to memory care or, you know, Alzheimer's care or maybe some type of assisted nursing and then, you know, full IL care or assisted care. This is completely different from all of that. So you're really starting at truly an apartment complex that's super amenitized for basically activities to keep you busy during the day.
Okay, so it's pretty much more people who are, you know, retiring but still self-sufficient. Self-sufficient,
absolutely. This women's salon is built to engage all the activities of pedicures as well as haircuts, 2 massage rooms. Third-party service providers will utilize these spaces.
So pretty much like a waiting room?
Waiting room here, massage space, pedicure space, and the hair cutting stations, wash station, dry station.
Wow, that was really nice.
So plenty of room for people to have a good time. Yeah, multiple people can be in here, multiple service providers. Should act just like a regular salon.
Yeah, it looks like, it doesn't look like there's any corners cut or anything like that. It just everything looks so premium. Can you tell me the difference between independent living and assisted living?
So in our facility, you have to think about our independent living facility as being purely an apartment complex. While we cater and we restrict our age to 55 and over, we are not providing any kind of healthcare services to the actual residents. So the residents really seek out their own healthcare providers. Maybe they have an in-home nurse that could come to their unit. We have a key cafe downstairs that they can, you know, place their resident key into. The nurse could come in and out as they need, and they can restrict the access hours on the key cafe as well. And keep in mind, this property is located in the Cypress area where there's 5 hospitals within 10 minutes drive.
Yeah, that is true.
They get to St. Luke's, Methodist, HCA, Cy-Fair Hospital, and some others.
Yeah, that seems to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go on into the billiards room. So in the billiards room, we just have the typical pool table set up. We have a giant Jenga that they play sometimes over there in the corner. Pool table, shuffleboard, the old Pac-Man game. You know, we talk about a little bit younger demographic, so, you know, 55-year-olds, you know, probably grew up playing with their kids.
Oh yeah, definitely. Pac-Man. I'm sure they do.
Little dart area. We got a request the other day for a foosball table, so we'll probably be adding a foosball table to this room.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, let's check out the poker room. So with all the amenities here at Arella Jones, other than the pool and the courtyard area, these amenities are open 24/7 for the residents to enjoy. So they can create clubs and they can create time frames for them to reserve the room with certain groups and play, you know, cards as long as they want, or dominoes, Mexican train, whatever, you know, makes them happy. And just right across the hallway here, we have a bigger game room that's open to, you know, all kinds of other games. So there's some separation of space, and different groups can, you know, be doing different things throughout the day or the night, right? So if they want to stay up till 2, you know, some 55-year-olds that may not eat at 5 and want to have a good time in the evenings, this is here for them. So think bingo, Scrabble, chess, checkers, and in the far back side of this room, we actually have an arts and crafts room. So painting, quilting, sewing, any of those type of activities can be accommodated in this back room. Yeah, so this room
pick up new hobbies.
Meant to be a little bit flexible. We can change the configuration to accommodate their needs. And then right outside there's a balcony. So if you wanted to, you know, paint outdoors when the weather was nice, there's a great space outdoors as well
very nice.
to use that balcony.
I definitely like the design of this room. It's very, it definitely has that theme of the artsy feel.
Good. All right, now we can check out a couple other fun rooms.
Okay.
So here's 2 screening rooms. We'll go into the second one, but basically 2 rooms designed to watch football on Sundays or catch a movie on Friday nights. We have a Fubo account. We have Netflix. We've got some of those streaming services kind of programmed into the building, so they can walk into any room, pull up what content that they want to use.
Okay.
And we also have the old DVD player. If somebody wants to bring a family movie up and show the family, if they have some guests over, they can do that too.
Do you have to reserve the room?
At this point, we're not doing reservations. It's first come, first served.
Okay.
Eventually, as the building is
More filled, then
more
we'll
filled,
have to do
we'll have to do some reservations.
Okay,
But there's 2 rooms, plenty of space. We also have a TV room on the second floor, which is more like a living room kind of space.
It's more open.
Which also has the large TVs in it. But there's probably 4 TVs that are over 85 inches here that people can watch sports or do what they want to do.
It's a good size.
You guys scheduling like movie nights and stuff?
They are. They're scheduling movie nights, or watching the Astros, watching the Texans, the Rockets, whatever's going on that week. The PGA Tour. We'll put that on the schedule. We'll have a certain room, or maybe the bar downstairs.
You'll pretty much have like a posted schedule so that
Yeah,
everybody can
where
see.
we're going to be posting those TV events so that they can watch it live together. Yeah. This little space kind of leads into our yoga room. It's kind of designed to be a quasi locker space, towel service in the middle, the 2 multi-stall bathrooms here, water baller filler, and then into the yoga room. So the yoga room is really designed for 2 intents. One is, for those who really want to, practice yoga on a regular basis, but also think about the people that may have a PT need.
Yeah.
Maybe they fell and broke a hip, or they're recovering from a surgery. This room will eventually have a physical therapy table in here, and they'll be able to do some of those activities here, and even call outside healthcare providers into the room to help them accommodate their physical needs.
Okay. Wow, that's really nice.
And we can continue into the fitness room. Pretty standard apartment style fitness facility. A little bit more focused on cardio, but the unique part about our building here in the program and the design of the building, if you actually took the interior hallway 5 times in a loop, you walked a mile. Wow. If you go outside to our retention pond and you walk that pond, you walk it 5 times, it's a mile. And if you walk about 7 times on the interior courtyard pathway, it's a mile.
Wow. So is it specifically designed for that? So that
it's
people
designed for them to be able to keep track of their laps and be able to understand, their physical activity.
Wow, that's very intuitive. It's well thought out.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We're hoping lots of people, use that in their daily routine.
I might tell my grandma about it.
We can step outside and take a look at the courtyard from here. So out here, just think of it as a resort-style courtyard. Large swim-up pool bar down there in the middle of the courtyard. Big soaking tub. On the far end, we've got a green play space.
So for like golfing and putting.
So there's golfing and putting out there. We're gonna have bocce ball out there.
Bocce ball?
Cornhole out there. And like some people may be interested in doing like croquet, set it up, take it down. So all of that artificial turf areas for all of those activities. And over on the left, we have a conversation fire pit for people to gather up in the evenings and the mornings. And right underneath this deck, we have our outdoor seating and an outdoor grilling area.
So is that a bar right there? Right?
That is a bar. So the restaurateur will operate that with
so they'll
beer
be
and
working
wine
from a
eventually.
certain time to
Yeah.
what time, yeah.
So people can get out there and have some fun. And even if they wanted to, use it for self-service, if we're not here or the restaurateur wasn't here,
So they're more than welcome
it's their
to-
amenity.
Okay.
So they're free to use it.
Alrighty, that's nice.
Those balconies are a common balcony. So if residents didn't want to have somebody over there to their balcony and they weren't using the clubhouse over here, there's some gathering spaces that they can use on the far side of the building to maybe meet for coffee in the morning or, book reading club or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So are these rooms furnished or are they just ready to be filled up?
Non-furnished. We do have one guest suite here now. We may have multiples later. The intent of the guest suite is, let's say, you've just retired. You may have an adult child that lives in Cyprus. You may be coming from Florida, or you may be coming from California to reside in Houston to be close to your family. but your brothers and sisters still live maybe wherever your hometown is.
Yeah.
So the guest suite's intended, to call them or call your cousins, let them come to the facility for the weekend, and if you don't have a big enough apartment here, maybe they have space, to stay here in the facility with them and enjoy the facility as a guest.
Oh, is there like a limit for the guests to stay?
No, they can book that just like almost like an Airbnb. So they can, book it, for a week or 2 weeks or a month and, come enjoy this facility.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is our, let's call it a potluck or mini kitchen for the residents to use any time of the day or any time of the night.
Okay.
So if they wanted to do a resident-led function, we've got the microwave, dishwasher, coffee machine. They can stay up and be using the game room or the arts room, and put a spread of food out for
Pretty much
everybody
they can
to
just have a
enjoy.
party, have potluck, have everything just laid out here.
Lay it out here.
Just go down like a buffet and then do whatever they want around with all the amenities on this floor.
You got it.
All right.
You got it. So here on the second floor at Arella Jones, we've got a few more amenities for the residents to use at their leisure. The first of which is a faith room that is divided or divisible. So multiple groups could be using it at the same time, or it can be opened up and it can be used by one group. This will need to be reserved as people use it.
Okay.
It's a great view out, nice lit room, for people to practice whatever faith they may have. Yeah.
Wow. Y'all really do have everything.
So the second floor portion of the lobby allows you to look down, communicate. Maybe you have a friend eating downstairs or somebody that you want to communicate to down in the bar. Allows you to have that interaction as you kind of move through the clubhouse, as you go through the amenities versus being down on the first floor.
This place is like very social, a
Very
lot of
social.
contact, so it's never like you're never alone.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. When the clubhouse is 25,000 square feet, I would hope that all the residents are spending 90% of their time in this part of the facility versus
Like outside there.
being in their house.
Yeah.
So in this space, just think we consider it the library, but just think about it more of like a
Cafe?
airport lounge,
Yeah,
right?
lounge.
There's a little space for doing some research. There's a 12-seat conference room. We do have some residents here that are actively working. So if they were working from home post-COVID and they don't want to go outside to have a workspace, they can utilize this space. We have a business center room as well, but this conference room would allow them to have guests.
It's very convenient and it looks very professional. Like you can use it for any business.
Any business, yeah. It's got a networked TV screen in there, so they could cast up to the TV, run the actual presentations. So this is just a lounge. I wake up on Friday morning, I haven't cleaned in a couple days. The housekeeper's coming on Monday. I don't want to have somebody over to my house. Well, I can come down here. We can meet down here and have that same conversation that we may have had in our living room in a living room space that we don't have to maintain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As a resident. And over in this portion of the room, we're going to be installing kind of like the Wii type of gaming software.
Oh.
So for those that want to play bowling or tennis, we've got a little bit of a stretch here. They can interact with the TV. The TV can see their motion. Another little active space for the residents.
You might have to move that couch then.
You may have to move the couch, yeah, to open it up a little bit. But as they enjoy maybe some electronic gaming, we'll modify the room for the needs. So going into the business center, standard coffee bar. Wake up in the morning, come down, grab and make your coffee. And then
First thing in the morning, grab the coffee, come
on
into
in.
business.
Come on into the business center. So, again, maybe you wake up, you're still working, maybe your spouse isn't working, your spouse is trying to sleep, or your partner. Come down here, do your business, not interrupt them, let them sleep in. Another little space to, get outside of your house.
Quiet, focused environment to let you do your work.
Right, and it still could be social, if multiple people were down here using the Starbucks style cubicles to work. So one thing that this building does for the residents is it's a living, breathing Wi-Fi mesh network. So as you go throughout the building, you bring your laptop down from your
You'll never lose
your room.
connection.
You won't lose connection. So you're not having to like retype something in. It knows who you are. It's going to pick up your computer peripherals and get you connected back to the system.
That's very convenient.
Yeah.
Very handy and helpful.
Let's go see a unit.
Okay, all right. So how many there?
We have roughly 12,
12.
with a couple deviations of the 12. So 12 standards, and then there's a few unique.
There's quite a bit of
units.
options in customization, I guess.
Right. So we start from 690 square feet, and we go right up to about 1450. And so that's a pretty big range. The 1450s are basically a 2-bedroom with kind of like a study or a office type of nook. So you're getting a full 2 rooms, and as we go into the unit, you'll see they're very fair. So if you did end up being in a roommate situation, you're really not squabbling over who has the master and who doesn't.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see how they're laid out and see how that'll be an internal forum for the property. So residents can join, and maybe their interests align with bingo, or the interests align with some other activity like watching the Astros. So they can create internal clubs within that forum, and then that will drive what we actually produce for more activities.
Okay.
Yeah, where we can measure the use or the
So you see like where
interest.
you need to focus the attention to.
Exactly. Because we can design the building for certain type of people in mind, but that doesn't mean that their interests don't change, or there's a bigger majority of people that have a certain interest, and so we want to cater to that.
Oh, so if
Down the
something
road.
actually kind of gets old, we'll just
Modify it.
have to modify. Oh.
Absolutely. So one other great thing about Arella Jones is if you're downsizing from a house that's 2,500 square feet, 3,000 square feet, you're not able to give up some of your belongings or give it away yet, or maybe the kids want something but they're not able to pick it up yet, we've got built-in storage into the hallways. So if you pick your unit in accordance to where we have storage throughout the building, you could literally live across the hall from your self-storage. So no longer pulling up one of those big heavy doors and trying to slide your stuff inside. This storage is right here in the building, air-conditioned space.
Oh, that's pretty good. Does this living accept pets or no?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do accept pets.
We accept pets.
Are there any exceptions to those pets?
Not anymore. I mean, of course, we would always say there's some exceptions, right? We don't want breeds that are, super aggressive. You got to be leashed here. You have seniors walking around. If dogs are running loose, somebody that's in a walker or a little feeble-minded in the way they're walking, we don't want to knock them over. So there's some pet rules, but in the sense of like trying to restrict things, if somebody has a ESA animal, they're more than welcome to bring them here.
What if they have like a pet snake?
Pet snake, as long as they're containing it in the right type of aquarium, I think we're okay.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
So each apartment home features a Yale lock.
Oh.
The Yale lock, of course, has the keypad. It has the regular key, and it also has some Bluetooth technology. If you
I was
wanted
thinking
to
about that, yeah.
download an app and you wanted to use your phone like a proximity-based key, you can also utilize that.
Wow, so 3 ways.
3 ways. So this is one of the 1,400-ish square foot homes, designed like a typical single-family home with an open concept out to the living room. Your single-family 42-inch cabinets, granite counters, backsplash, this fridge, double-doored fridge with your water and ice dispenser. So a little bit not the typical apartment from the sense of what a senior who has lived in a single-family home for the last 15, 20 years may be expecting something less than this, and hoping that the standard is something that they kind of see some homely feelings.
Honestly,
when
to me,
they come into the room.
The whole floor plan looks like a single-family home.
Yeah. So we went ahead and did the 8-foot, tall doors, a little bit higher ceiling plate to really give the home an open, airy feeling.
Yeah, definitely voluminous for sure.
So of course on the first floor, the flooring styles are a little bit different. We have a lot of porcelain tile, wood-looking porcelain tile on the first floor. So for those people that really want hard surface, we're able to accomplish that here. We also have limited areas, like if we can modify the space if they don't want any carpet at all
Yeah,
in
maybe
their,
like,
in their
like
bedrooms.
with people who are very clean or maybe some allergens.
Allergens, yeah, we can accommodate that here. And so one of the things that we also did to help people is, while we have some bathtubs, every unit has walk-in showers. Okay. Again, that can vary on the first floor to where we can actually remove the threshold. So if somebody ever got in the position that they need to roll in, roll out, we can do that here at this building. We also, in the masters, have bidets, which, you know, not a very typical American style feature, but, you know, for those people who are a little bit more health conscious and want to use, you know, a bidet, that's already included as a part of the home. And we also have, you know, the power flush toilets. So you think about, like, if you're on the airplane, you feel that whoosh. That's what's happening here. You know, keeps the toilet system a little bit cleaner, a little bit more maintenance friendly for the residents. Like if a resident has a need, or maybe they have bad knees, or they have hip problems, absolutely, we'll put the bars in and help accommodate any kind of assisted needs.
Okay, and then if like that person like is done living here, another one comes in,
We'll take it out.
You'll be able to take it out.
Yeah, or put it back, you know, if they need it.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
Yeah. So the next thing that we can touch on is every unit here, the Wi-Fi is embedded in the unit. So when somebody moves in here, you're not calling AT&T or Comcast on the phone asking them to come out and install. It's already live. You move in, we hand you the password.
That's it.
Your own Wi-Fi password for your own unit. And you're up and going on the races. So, you know, there's no delay in that utility sign up process.
And then like, because there's Wi-Fi everywhere, you can just get up and just walk out.
Get up and
still
walk
connected.
out, and you're still connected. You'll rejoin the building network, but you know, your own unit has its own private network, and then the building has its own network as well.
Okay.
So you can't piggyback off of your neighbor per se.
But just have that privacy.
You know, that privacy. Yeah.
What a curve.
This is the second side of the unit, and similar type of bathroom.
How long has this place been open for?
So construction kind of ended right in October, and we let the first couple people move in right at the end of construction. So atypical from a normal apartment complex, we've got a little bit bigger closet space for the residents to enjoy. Most of the closets are true walk-in closets with double-tiered hanging rods, so that they can, you know, manipulate winter or summer clothes, as well as, you know, utilize the shelf space going up to the ceiling to store
I definitely
stuff.
see people really appreciating that.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, we can go check out the other unit.
Okay.
And then here's another 2-bedroom unit. And one other feature that kind of comes along with that Wi-Fi environment that we have in the building, which would be atypical to a regular apartment complex, is the actual phone system. So think about the phone system at, you know, the last time you stayed at a Marriott or a Hilton, call room to room, room to kitchen, room to concierge, room to maintenance services staff. So every apartment has that built in to the unit when they move in. And that service is included in the rent. So you don't have to get a landline per se, because that phone's open and active and ready for you when you move in. And you may have your cell service as a secondary service.
Yeah, that definitely sounds much better than trying to contact like the property manager to like, hey, can you come
fix this, or
maintenance
get to the service up and running with a third-party servicer.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much ready. So this unit is really a roommate style plan, where you have 2 equally sized rooms and bathrooms on either side, split by the living quarters. So maybe 2 widowers, or, you know,
most likely. Usually it's
2 brothers or 2 sisters, or whatever it is.
Usually it's 2 widowers that are like best friends.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Yeah, and they want to have a good time, and, you know, they don't need the space. Maybe they like to travel. They don't need to spend a lot of time at home. It's a great space for them to, you know, share some of the rent.
This one's like definitely more like traditional, like type.
Yes.
You can bring in like your PT into here.
You can bring your PT, or a nurse practitioner can come and do flu shots, or they could do, some basic, blood pressure testing. Maybe we'll get a partnership going with one of the local hospitals to where they send out, somebody on a regular basis. The other purpose of the room is if somebody was to, have an accident on property and they were waiting for ambulatory service,
You could pretty much have
there's a door right outside of here, and that we have the big round pull-up out front. So this would be a great place to gather before you had to actually use ambulatory service. And so here's Arella Jones' commercial kitchen. Eventually we'll be serving, a couple hundred meals a day. And so this kitchen is roughly 1,000 square feet and should accommodate the cooking facility for the property. We're ready to go. We're getting the permit now, and hopefully we'll have a chef on board by mid-July.
Okay.
Walk-in freezer, walk-in fridge, dry storage. We're gonna focus a lot of the food programming here, healthy, organic, fresh, less frozen, hardly ever fried, kind of a meal program that would, keep
Okay.
people healthy, keep people fit, kind of think Mediterranean diet.
Would you guys have like possibly like a feedback or like review from like the food service and see like if there's any like suggestions they like to input?
Absolutely. So, I think that'll happen organically because the restaurateur, is really running his own restaurant. And so, as he finds success with, certain meal types or, highly consumed, he's going to gravitate towards people's interests and needs from a food standpoint. So, there may be a fixed menu that accommodates some of that, but then he'll have a rotating menu with like different, ethnic foods or, classes he may teach. If somebody doesn't know what kimchi is, or they don't know what Indian curry,
they'll do some like teaching.
they'll do some of that. Talk about the health benefits of turmeric or, some type of other spice that you could introduce to your diet that may have some health benefits. So the chef that we're talking to wants to have that type of cruise ship interaction with his customers.
So he'll definitely
where
have
he's teaching.
He'll definitely have a relationship with
Yeah,
them.
and a food taste pairing type of class or those type of interactions with the residents so that they can keep informed or, maybe get on a better diet for heart consciousness versus liver consciousness or whatever. Maybe they have an ailment, try to get a dietary program put in place for them through the help of the kitchen staff.
It definitely makes a lot of sense. I mean, and as they're eating, they're also being taught, what's good for them,
Right.
That's impressive. It like encourages them to eat more healthier and then be more self-conscious about that.
Yeah, we want them to live independently as long as they can, right? So, keep them in a rhythm and a state of mind that, they don't have to go to assisted living.
That's definitely a good mission statement for places like this, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Invite them over, let's reserve the private dining room and use that private dining room, to enjoy a family setting where you're not necessarily eating out amongst everybody else that's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would the room have to be reserved as well?
Yeah.
All right, so pretty much now we're at the dog park area where pretty much they can have their pets just graze around the area and just relax.
Yeah. There's a water fountain in the back and a traditional poop station. And in the very far part of our facility, we can take a walk back there. There's a gated area that is a retention pond and walking area, as well as some gardening. So for those of the residents here at Arella Jones that like to garden, there's a lot of space out here in our retention pond for them to do so. We've got fresh water, and they're able to grow whatever garden they wish amongst the wildflowers or anything else. Have some corn and some sunflowers and quite a few tomato plants and other activities going out here. It's gated off to the outside.
Okay. But it's just pretty much, we'll just
It's
stay
open to the outside right now.
Okay.
All right, and here's the courtyard at Arella Jones.
Got the ground level of the courtyard. Got a social area with the fireplace up ahead.
Here's our fire pit area that we touched on a little bit earlier, as well as the outdoor grilling station underneath the shade over here.
Full-size commercial stainless steel.
That it is.
Nice. You even got a sink to wash everything. Thank you so much, Brent. I really appreciate the tour. Everything was really nice, all the amenities, everything. It was really beautiful, and I would definitely tell everybody around.
All right.
Do you have any comments or anything you'd like to input about anything?
I appreciate y'all's time out here today. We're glad to have as many locators as able to come tour the facility. We know that they're the direct link in between people that may be downsizing their homes and maybe looking for an alternative lifestyle, even if it's transitional. Maybe somebody doesn't want to commit to something. They can come here, live here a year, live here 2 years, and move on to something else or go back to living in a house. But this at least gives them an idea of what assisted living could be in a very social atmosphere.
All right, thank you so much, guys, for this. If you want more information about this, we can give you more information with Brent, or you can call us at 281-444-4848. Thank you.